Hello and welcome. We have with us Miss Annette Hatch. She's going to tell you just a little bit about herself.
Hi, let's see, I have been teaching at UNM-Valencia for a little over 5 years. I started out teaching developmental math and proceeded to teach math and then engineering, and now I'm also teaching some IT classes, some computer science classes, and I'm really having a good time teaching here. I love it. I like to have fun in my classes. It's good to laugh. Happy Halloween.
Well, that's great. It sounds like you have a real broad spectrum of knowledge. So could you perhaps tell us a little bit about your experience teaching an online class or online classes?
I could. I've taught online a couple of times. I've taught Math 101, 102, 103. Eva Rivera Lebron and I piloted 101, 102, 103 as a one semester, finish it all class. That was a big undertaking for the students, and they were pretty successful for the most part. We pushed them really hard. We told them it was computer-based, not self-paced, and I think that was probably the winning point that we made, is that you can't wait until the last minute to work on that class. I also did 101, 102, 103 when they split it into 3 modules. And I actually think, that the students stretched out each module an entire semester, and so they expand to fit the time available. And then I taught statics as a hybrid. It was 1 day in class and 1 day online. And I found that we ended up meeting twice a week in class.
Can you maybe elaborate on why you felt the need to meet twice a week for that class?
I think the class is a little bit more difficult, and it required a lot more feedback back and forth, instantaneous. I don't understand this point right here. And with online, you get to put it kind of bluntly, a regurgitation of the material that you've already seen a lot of times if you ask for help. And so or you can email your instructor or try to chat online, and there's not always the instantaneous, I need to know right now response.
Great. Well, so what was the most difficult part of maybe teaching these online classes, or just getting started teaching these online classes?
Trying to lay out the schedule and making sure that it's a doable thing, and making sure it goes in depth enough, but not too much in depth, and that has room to grow or mold to what you need. If you make it too concrete, I think the first time you end up in trouble toward the end of the semester. Students are sometimes floundering, and you can't fix it because you've set it out and this is the way it's going to be, and I think you need to be a little bit more flexible than in stone.
That's great advice. Now, do you have any other advice that you can give your colleagues, especially those that are just starting out online teaching?
I think the best thing I can say is we say this to the students even in not online classes, don't get behind. I think the students need to lay out a schedule for themselves, and they need to stick to it. They have to realize it is computer-based, not self-paced. And self-paced means, yeah, you can take Tuesday off, but you better work it on Wednesday if you did. So.
Oh boy. Well, it sounds like you have a real broad spectrum of knowledge. It sounds like you have some good advice as far as online teaching. Now, would you be amiable to your colleagues contacting you if they had any questions or concerns?
Sure, but I think other people know a lot more about this than I do. But yeah, sure, anytime.
Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss Hatch, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ryan.